Building rubble, wood scraps, and other rubbish. Nothing useful. Aside from that, most of it's frozen. What is that? Hey, a pocket knife. Of course, all the blades are broken off. Why on earth wouldn't they be? I should have known. Oh well, the corkscrew's still in one piece. Someone had their priorities right. I'll put some lumps of ice in the pot. I value my hands. I need something else to hold the pot over the flame. Building rubble, wood scraps, and other rubbish. Nothing useful. Aside from that, most of it's frozen. Okay, let's stick the lid onto the pot. There are a few lumps of ice in the sealed pot. Let's see what I can carve out. Not much, as it turns out, but I've used the corkscrew to pull out the knot. A large, heavy log. It's a wood chip from the log. Strangely bullet-shaped. Okay, I've stuck the wood chip into the hole in the lid. It's full of ice. I'll put a few pages up here between the scraps of wood. The newspapers are burning. Let's hope the rest of it catches. Still, it should manage to melt the ice, provided I've got a few years to kill. Oh wait, I'm on a top priority secret mission. I need a new plan. Let's see what happens next. The practical side of physics isn't bad. The wooden bullet thing went straight through the ceiling of ice. The little flames dancing. Dance harder, flames. Frozen rubbish doesn't burn as well as I'd hoped. Well, look at that. School science did teach me something useful after all. The pressure shot the chip straight up like a bullet. Ouch, ouch, ouch! Hot! No, no, and no again. There's water in the pot. I can't reach it. My word, a grappling hook. I am so resourceful. A rope with a hook. Aim well. It's pretty strong. I should be able to climb out. That must be the tent we saw from above. I hope our guy's okay. Leftover ammunition inside. Let's see if I can use any of this. Well, on the plus side, there's a grenade here. On the downside, it's most likely a dud. A stick grenade. German model. The fuse is missing. Locked. The generator motor sucks in air through this opening. I can't open the vent. Judging by the engine noise and the smell, there are diesel generators in this shed. Looks like he's repairing the truck. A portable welding machine. A toolbox. I shouldn't go any further. The guy over there might see me, and then fun time's over. There's one just like that standing in front of the gate. Might come in handy sometime, but I have to take care of other things first. Locked. The British officer is being held in this tent. The water would cause a short circuit. Sounds promising.
Mensch, what's happened now? Must be the generator.
What now? You can't stay in there forever. Judging by the engine noise and the smell, there are diesel generators in this shed. The truck bonnet's being held up by that beam.
Hey, now what's wrong? Hello? Hilfe! Can anyone hear me out there? Something's blocking the door. Hello?
Good thing the generator in the other hut's loud enough to drown out his shouting. A portable welding machine. It won't budge. The lid seems to be jammed.
Okay, I'll ask you again. How did the monk and your lieutenant escape the monastery? Which secret passage did they use? We can go on like this for days. I have hundreds of these records, and you seem to enjoy the music. Or surely you would object. If it's still too quiet, I'd be happy to turn up the volume.
My word, it's Thomas. Thomas Finch. He's an officer in Richard's unit. I knew him from the service back in Hong Kong. It looks like they're torturing him with German marching music. It's booming through his headphones. A fate worse than death. I could deal with this guard, if he wasn't as wide as a doorframe. Since I left my black belt at home, I'll have to be a bit more subtle. This guy's a machine. One-on-one, he'd mince me. A tent peg. A tent peg. There must be, conservatively, about 5,000 German marching records here.
And now I have something very special for you. Let's see how you like this. Something tells me you'll become very talkative very soon.
I can't get over there without getting caught by Mr. Kick My Arse. Thomas's headphones are plugged into this player. I'll never make it over there without being noticed by Max Schmeling's big brother. A Nazi uniform. Good God, Where in the world did they breed that guy? I could just grab him from behind, but he doesn't look like an amateur. I need to get Thomas's attention and double team this guy. Of course, he's too busy enjoying German marching music. Thomas Finch. He was an officer in Richard's unit. I have to get him out of there. He's probably beginning to think in German refrains by now. That's no good. I need him to tell me where Richard is. Thomas Finch. He was an officer in Richard's unit. I remember him from my days in the service. He was garrisoned in Hong Kong a few times. I can't get his attention while he's plumbed into the German marching music. And he's not looking this way. Yes, I can use this to lift the lid a bit. Let's see what I can pull out through the gap. A toolbox. A vise. A bottle of glue. A buzzsaw blade. I'll take it out of the cover. A saw blade. I've covered the edges of the pieces with glue. Now they just need to go back together. I can pick up, turn and set down the pieces. No reason why I shouldn't be able to handle this. If I can get them lined up right, I should have no problems. Job done. I've glued the record back together. Of course, the light-coloured glue in the cracks won't stand up to scrutiny. At all. I've glued the pieces back together. It's whole again. You could almost mistake it for a new Josephine Baker album. Perfect fit. I'll slide it in carefully. I'll take the record back out. Perfect fit. I'll slide it in carefully. A stick grenade. German model. The fuse is missing. A vise. I've unscrewed the top of the grenade and poured out the gunpowder. I'll take the record back out. The gunpowder's sticking to the glue in the cracks. You can hardly see them. The record looks as good as new. I rubbed some gunpowder over the glued cracks. It's a bit rough, but it should hold up to inspection. Right, let's carefully get the record back into the cover. Don't need the cracks reappearing. I'll take the now powdered record out again, carefully. Right. Without a cover, he'll notice straight away. Without a cover, he'll notice straight away. I can't get over there without getting caught by Mr. Kick My Arse. I put some glue on the back of the newspaper page. Now I can stick the picture of the soldiers somewhere. I should take the record out before I put glue on the cover. You don't need sticky stuff all over the shop. The picture of the soldiers is stuck on well. Hey, maybe I'll sell this as a collector's item instead. If I'm lucky, Hans won't notice it's not March's. Something tells me Thomas will.
Okay, here comes a real smasher.
Yeah. I meant that to happen. Job done. Hope no one heard the explosion. Thomas? Wait, I'll take off the headphones.
Fenton Paddock? What the hell are you doing here?
I'll explain later. You have to listen to me now. We don't have much time. Are you okay?
Fenton? You're back with the forces? Where's the rescue unit?
No. Listen to me, Thomas. Is everything okay? Are you injured?
Well, my ears are still ringing a bit and I'm pretty knackered. They haven't let me sleep for 3 days.
Can you stand up?
Not as long as I'm handcuffed to this crate.
Okay. I can take care of that. I need to know what happened.
I suppose we were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What do you mean?
Well, our mission was to survey the area. Richard's maps were taking us towards some key defence points. An old monastery set near a valley. It was dark when we got here. The search for the monastery was due to begin the following morning. We were prepping our gear and setting up camp when we heard explosions. The monastery was set on a mountain slope, and we could make out someone trying to blast open the entrance. We couldn't tell, but we assumed they were bandits. Richard ordered an attack. The maps showed a second, hidden entrance to the monastery, so we took a team up and made contact with the monks. We got in touch with the abbot, or whatever they call him, but we were too late. They stormed the main entrance. We were massively outnumbered. Didn't have a chance. The old monk hid Richard and I in a secret chamber. He was scared. Didn't think he'd make it. He told us something we were to remember at all costs.
And what was that?
He said, "The door is guarded by 2 dragons, Yao the Strong and Zhao the Wise. Zhao, the mother, is twice as old as her son, Yao." Something like that. Anyway, he made it, along with Richard, but I took a bullet and wound up here. I only realised then why we were overrun. Nazis put up a better fight than bandits, I guess.
What are the Germans doing here anyway?
They found something very exciting in the monastery, but I haven't the faintest idea what it is. In any event, it's important enough to the boss around here, that Countess von Hagenhilt, to slaughter innocent monks. They kept asking me how to open the secret chamber, but I didn't give them anything. I suppose whatever they're looking for is in there.
You mean you didn't tell them anything about this dragon code?
No, not a word.
What happened to Richard?
I assume he and the monk made it to the chamber, but I really don't know.
So Richard might still be there?
Maybe if they had some supplies. But he might even have made it out.
Well, whichever the case, I'm going to find him. That chamber, where exactly is it?
In a kind of courtyard. There's a secret mechanism on the west wall.
Right. Thomas, do you have any idea how we can get out of here?
You're a card. The best thing would be to leave the same way you came, don't you think?
Yeah, we can forget about that. I kind of fell down a crevasse. Besides, you don't look like you're up for any sheer rock faces quite yet.
There are trucks leaving the camp several times a day. Maybe that's an option.
Sounds interesting. Okay, I'll find something to unlock the cuffs.
Might I suggest the key?
A Nazi uniform. Not really my size, but what's this in the pockets? A Nazi uniform. The German soldier's keyring. A taped recording of the interrogation. Perfect. The smallest key fits. The cuffs are open.
Thomas, let's get out of here. Can you walk?
I've had better days.
Maybe you better hang here until I can find us a way out.
I'll check out the trucks. Get out of here in style. The explosion knocked him out, but it takes more than being engulfed by flames to kill a monster like him.
I'll put the uniform on first. Blend in with the locals.
There's one just like that standing in front of the gate. The truck is a good option, but... Hey, yeah, I can just drive Thomas out of here. I can hide him in the back of the truck. If we make it past the gate, we're home dry. Okay, Thomas is hiding in the back of the truck. If my luck holds, then the key's in the ignition.
Hey, what are you doing there, Junge? Oh, another one caught the bug. It's this weather. I've had a cold this entire time.
Yeah, can hardly speak.
Don't worry about it. You wanted to go to the monastery, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did the men up there order another truck? At this time of the day? I've told those fools 100 times that I will not allow a convoy to drive up there at this time of the day. They better learn to stick to the rules. No truck leaves the base after 1600, unless they've made a find of utmost priority up at the monastery. What's all this about anyway? What needs to be picked up so urgently?
Well,
What did they say on the radio? Whatever, I just need the military assignment form, filled out in full. Have them give you one in the radio room. If the finds are particularly important, I can send you up with a truck. I'll be in the barracks. But don't come back unless we're talking really important finds. Otherwise, we'll have it picked up in the morning.
Very well. Radio room, form, and important find. Off we go. It's always the last key, isn't it? Doors open. Thank goodness. Nobody here. There's a pencil on the floor. Messy Nazis. I wouldn't have figured the Germans for bureaucrats, but the number of forms here puts our police force to shame. These papers here look like the special assignment forms the guard was talking about. I'll take one with me.